morning and welcome back to the Now Morning Show, where we always tell you about things that you can be a part of. And this one you can also add to your calendar of events because our friends from the Rotaract at Piarco, or UE, are here with us on the Now. We say good morning and welcome to Shanise Samaroo, the president, and Kalecha Harry, the public relations officer. Ladies, good morning and welcome to the Now.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Always a good time when the Rotaract is here because we know the name, we know the chapters are across the country. But if somebody is unsure, we know that we could be part of it. Tell me, Kalecha, why? What is the Rotaract and why is it important to be a part of it?
The Rotaract Club of Piarco UE, I would say our club, what differentiates our club, I would say, is the family element. Of course, Rotaract, we stand for community service, professional development of youth, but what differentiates us is the family element. We always align, we fellowship outside of Rotaract activities, we can call in each other for help outside of Rotaract activities. So I'd say the blend of community service, professional development, and of course, friendship.
I like that. Family, she says, and she starts with lime, is a great place to start. But I guess that's the way to get youth involved, especially because
Correct.
when it feels like something more leisurely, it is easier to do. But you have been doing some significant things. So, Shanise, tell me a little bit about some of the specific endeavors that you've developed for the Piarco area.
So our projects aren't only in the Piarco area. We do have a wider we do encompass a wider community.
Of course.
And so we have a signature community service project called Hungry to Help. And for that project, what we do is we create meals, almost 250, sometimes above that, meals, and we distribute it along the East-West corridor from Port of Spain to Arima. So we have vehicles filled with food and care packages, and our members go out and distribute. In this Rotary year, we would have done it in October to celebrate World Food Day.
Right.
But it is a project we do every single year. I think we get a lot of members through that project as well because it really has such a warming feeling. We don't just give out the meals and the packages. We try to interact with those, the homeless persons, find out how come you're here? Just give them someone to talk to because, they may not always have that. We do want to see the human before the circumstance.
That's beautiful, the human before the circumstance. Because a lot of persons are generally in circumstances that they have really very little choice in. And Rotaract makes a big difference in that regard. You mentioned, though, that the numbers are astounding, 250 plus. That means that with volunteers, how many persons would it take to put out that sort of package?
Well, our club comes together. We usually try to lobby for sponsorship through the public and private sectors. And we do fundraising activities as well to fund our projects. And so the club comes together to cook the meals. So we might take sections, or I might do some, Kalecha might do some, and we meet on the morning of the project and we package it out into boxes. The days prior, we probably do the care packages, and the care packages usually have toilet paper, soap, hand sanitizer, necessary basic hygiene products.
Right.
But I mean, that's just one project we've done. We've done other things such as back to school drives where we, try to complete book lists for students. We've done a period poverty drive recently as well. We've
done a water and sanitation project where we went to Our Lady of Lavington RC School. We would have renovated the bathrooms, we would have repaired taps, and we would have cleaned the tanks as well.
And did a mural.
Yeah.
All of this with volunteers?
All of this with volunteers.
So tell me a little bit, Kalecha, about how do you become a volunteer? Because there is a process, yes?
Of course. You can reach out to us on our social medias. Our Instagram is our most active social media. In our bio, you'll see a link that says membership. Click on the link and our secretary or member would reach out and guide the person through the process.
Tell me, what sort of time frame or dedication is expected when becoming a member?
When becoming a member, we have meetings on the first Saturday and the third Saturday of every month. Of course, when projects are coming up, more time will be required, volunteer hours. Projects could lead for days, sometimes months of preparation, but I think it's definitely worth it at the end.
Yeah.
I like that, rooted at the end, because in terms of the fact that you all rely so heavily on volunteers, it means that schedules have to be adjustable, flexible, I imagine.
Yeah, of course. You don't want persons to feel burnt out by being part of the institution, but I think because there's, I don't know if you're aware, but Rotary has a motto, service above self, and I think persons who become volunteers, I think they are very passionate about that cause and putting others first and community involvement. And so you basically tailor to suit, if you could help on one day but can't help on the other day, that's fine. I think once you're willing and able, any amount of time that's given to us is appreciated.
Especially since you have things that are ongoing and continuous, like the Cupcakes for Cancer. That one wouldn't be specific to, well, yes, a specific cause, but it's definitely something that I could see going on.
So that's another signature project. So we have, those are 2 signature projects, the Hungry to Help and Cupcakes for Cancer is our signature fundraiser project. And we usually have that project in September, October, thereabout. The funds, the profits from that project always go back into community service, cancer-related community service project. And so we've donated the funds entirely to hospice previously. We've done paranging and hampers at children's cancer center.
Right.
We are using this year's profit. So we had the project in September of last year. Right. And so we have the funds, and what we're trying to do with it now is probably create hampers for families who have cancer patients. We've done other things such as, I know there was a year we had a Christmas party, for the children at the Just Because Foundation in Mount Hope as well.
Well, this particular endeavor has earned you guys the prestigious Club of the Year title, small that is, in 2022 to 23, and then 2023 to 24.
Right.
So the goal, I imagine, is to retain that title for the 3rd time.
There's a charm.
3 times the charm. What can we look forward to, or how can we be a part of perhaps that title this year?
So, well, like Kalecha said, you could join us, find us on social media and reach out to us, and someone will contact you. And if not, we usually post when we have meetings on our social medias as well. We usually meet on UWI's campus, like Kalecha said, on the 1st and 3rd Saturdays of each month. So our next meeting is on the 17th of May, if anybody is interested, at 12 p.m. And it is usually at the Student Activity Center on campus.
Making note, because we definitely want to make sure that persons are a part of it, especially since as much as you're located in the Piarco area, you do things that impact the country, and that we could certainly support. Now, Kalecha, in terms of our closing remark, if you will, as PRO, is there anything that you want the nation to support you guys with and join perhaps the Piarco Rotaract?
Of course, on one of the projects we're looking at right now, well, you would have heard we did Our Lady of Lavender RC, where we did a mural. We're looking to bring it closer to home. So we're looking at a park in the Tunapuna area to revamp. So that's definitely a big one we're looking at. So we're looking at sponsorship because, well, revamping takes paint, it takes donations, as well as volunteers. So as Shanise said, we can reach out on social media page if you're interested in volunteering or donating. Our social media handles, Rotaract Piarco UE at gmail.com, Rotaract Piarco UE on Instagram, Facebook.
Good. And in terms of joining the Rotaract, in terms of leading us to another title, Shanise, any final thoughts you want to share with us?
Well, I don't know if I'm aiming for the title.
Okay.
It would be nice to have, obviously, and I'm not trying to bring the club down. I'm always trying to build the club up. The titles are nice to have. I do think it's about the work that we do and the impact that it has on the community, as well as the members, because we do feel some sort of impact and fulfillment from the work that we do. So, yes, the title is nice, but I do think the work is more important than the title.
Well, you've definitely driven home the idea and the importance of building communities and the function of Rotaract and other entities like it within these spaces. So I really do appreciate the good work that you're doing.
Thank you.
continue to do so. And continue to be exemplary as well, because as you say, the focus is youth and family, and that is definitely a great place to start to make big change. Now, if you want to be a part of that big change, join them at the UE, the Student Services Building, is it?
The Student Activity Center is usually where we have our meetings.
On the 17th of this, no,
17th of May is our next meeting.
Right. So that you too can be part of a good thing. The Rotaract Piarco is joining us here on the Now Morning Show to tell us more, and you can find them on social media and online so that you can be a part of it too. Thank you, ladies.
Thanks for having us.
An absolute delight, but even more delightful things after this break, because your birthdays are up next here on The Now. Stick around.